Hey, folks, welcome to our Super Bowl weekend Sunday edition of What's Going On in the Experience here on Fox Sports Media and Heart. And I'm Nate Brown Jr., and we are here with my man. Look who added to the show. Oh, I can't believe it. We got Greg Vaughn out there in Las Vegas. What up, GV23, Mr. 355? How you doing?
I'm doing good, Nate. Sun's shining. It's beautiful, man. How you guys doing?
Hey man, it's snow. It's Rochester. It's February. And we got my man Ryan Vernell down in the Hamptons. What up, Ryan guy?
Hey, good to be here, everybody. Super Bowl Sunday. I wait all year for this moment.
And we got, of course, say it so, Minnesota Joe. Why
Gentlemen,
he look like Peck's bad boy up there, man. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well, thank you. How you guys
Hey
doing?
man, check it out. It's Super Bowl Sunday. We're gonna make our predictions, but before we get there, man, I want to say this. Robert Kraft ain't getting to the Hall of Fame. What is going on with the Hall of Haters? I'm going. I want to go to you, Greg, because Ryan he ain't get in. I'm trying to figure that out, Greg. Robert Kraft, he helped, I guess, architect once again with Belichick these winners. The guy ain't getting the Super Bowl. I mean, in the
Hey,
Hall of Fame, what's going on?
it's just like we spoke last week, right? If you didn't put Belichick in, there's no way you could put the owner in. I mean, they were hand in hand. What was it? They went to 11 Super Bowls. I mean, the body of work speaks for itself. I know he's a staple on the NFL committee. So I don't know what the precedent is that they're trying to state. Hey, next man, Tom Brady might not get in, and then you're gonna see the world go crazy. Because you already set the precedent. If you're not gonna let Belichick in, you're not gonna let Kraft in. How do you let Brady in? He played for him. It wasn't all the same body of work, except the year he had in Tampa that won a Super Bowl there. Other than that, how do you how do you justify that? Like I said last week, man, I just think they need to take the power away from these reporters. I think they need to go back and have a committee, a special committee, whatever that may be, of former players, of their peers. Because once again, that's the ultimate respect, is what your peers think of you, right? A reporter, no disrespect to reporters, they have a job to do, but I mean, they weren't out there grinding. They don't know how tough it is. They're just giving their opinion.
Okay.
And if you get on the wrong side of one, there's a vote. If they don't like what you do, and you don't play for their favorite team, there's another vote.
Okay.
If you're the wrong,
Okay.
if you're the wrong color,
So
you're the
so
wrong color. There's another vote. So I just think it's too unfair. Put it in the hands of your peers and let your peers in all in
okay. So
all the committees,
So you
all
think
the sports.
so
the other owners should be voting on who
I don't
goes
even
in?
think the owners should be voting. I don't think the owners should be
No,
voting because
no.
I think the peers. When I say peers, I mean the players, the guys that know how tough it is to do this job,
okay. So
who knows what it takes,
let me
and
interrupt you right there for a quick second. He made this 10,000 catch or 10,000 yard catch, and he put this jacket on that said Hall of Fame, almost Hall of Fame. Ocho Cinco. Ocho Cinco ain't even getting the Hall of Fame, but he did do a milestone, which I think is interesting. So here you are, Joe. The guy did the milestone. That's supposed to be a milestone, 10,000 yards, catching. He puts a little thing on. Joe, he don't get the Hall of Fame.
He's a character.
But I'm just
Uh,
saying, though, he did the milestone, regardless of him being the character.
Joe,
Not he reached the
hey, Joe,
milestone.
but
Joe, if you check the boxes, Joe, if you check the boxes, once again, if you check the boxes, there's a lot of characters in the Hall of Fame, but if you check the boxes, you check the boxes. And you look at T.O.,
oh,
number 2 all time. It took T.O., he didn't get it on his first time
Yep.
because
no,
they didn't like the show of T.O. So that just shows you how screwed up it is. They're letting personal opinions get in the way of body of work. And I think
definitely,
it's not
definitely.
justified.
And it's anti-Boston. It's obvious. It takes Holmes to figure out the clues. It's anti-Boston.
What is the reasoning of him not getting in? There's 13 other owners in the NFL, the Football Hall of Fame right now. I think maybe it has something to do with the fact that it's such a shared dynasty. Because when you think of Joe Montana, I don't know how many people really bring up the owner of the 49ers or the coach back then. You look at it was such a great trifecta that maybe it almost hurt all of their legacies a little bit if they're not.
Well, no.
first
Well, you
time.
think about Bill Walsh, Eddie
Yeah,
DeBartolo
Bill
Jr.
Walsh.
They're all
Yeah, he was right there.
yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you can't
But I
check the
think,
boxes sometimes,
but I think with Bill
and then next
Walsh
time it
and the
doesn't work.
49ers, check this out, because I was watching a little doc on them. I think for Bill Walsh and the 49ers, the reason why theirs is a little different because it took them a long time to get to the top of the mountain. I mean, the 49ers stunk. Greg, before you probably was born, John Brody and them boys, they stunk it up, right? So
Gene Washington, all of them. I've been a 49er
so
fan my
they
whole life.
stunk,
You know what I
man.
mean?
So by the time they got to where they got
So
to,
did the
and
Pats. So
also,
did the Patriots.
but
So
I'm
did the
saying, but
Patriots.
also they beat Dallas. See, so once you beat America's team, when they whooped them a few times, that's when the 49ers kind of got solidified, right? But
Oh,
prior
okay.
to that,
No, they got when you win 5 world championships, that's your that's your monuments to say if I was a Yankee fan.
Yeah.
That's your that's it. But Nate, I was talking to Jonathan Ogden and he said, it's if you play so many years, you make so many Pro Bowls, you do this, you do XYZ, the boxes are checked. The reporter shouldn't say a word. Do what you're supposed to do. Put the people in the Hall of Fame or don't put them in if the body of work is not there. And it should be done, right? It's the body of work. The boxes are checked. It shouldn't be who you play for, what color's your skin, were you nice to reporters or not nice to reporters? Did you shake up popcorn with the cheerleaders on? Hey, a lot of people were paying. A lot of people were paying for the show. I mean, you take baseball now. These guys run all the way to first base when they hit a home run with their bat, take 5 minutes to get around the bases. Things evolve, things change. And if you're a reporter that's a little bit older or you're old school and you don't like it, why should someone be punished because of that?
Well,
You know what I mean?
it's the arrogance, and I can say it because I'm a journalist. It's the arrogance of sports reporters in particular. If you've been around them, Greg, I mean, we all have. The veteran guys think that their poop don't stink, man. I mean, these guys
But you know what?
are pretty arrogant.
Well, it's just like, this is their chance to have, that power to be the man.
They
You know what I
already
mean?
have
So
it.
I know they have it, but it's an opinion.
Right.
But when you're talking about getting in that shrine, that one place that that separates you from all your other peers, and they have a say. I mean, look at my best friend, my little brother, Gary Sheffield, 500 home runs, 500 doubles. He's not in it because of what? Why isn't Gary in it? You
but
know what I
that's the
mean?
point I'm making to you. See, it's subjective, and also I think it's for me looking at some sports people in some in this genre that we're in. Those are failed athletes who didn't make it. Okay, and somewhere along the line, they feel that this is their come up. You didn't make the squad at your high school. You didn't make the squad in college. Hell, you didn't even play intramural. They made you hold the water. So it's like some of these cats have no clue just in terms of playing sports, period. Not just,
Well, that's what I'm
on a
saying.
professional level or on a high school level, just being able to help. Can you play pickleball? And if you're a scrub in
But,
pickleball, you're gonna give everybody the business who beat you in pickleball because psychologically you're not there. And that's what I think a lot of
that's
these
what I'm saying,
guys
Nate.
take out on these athletes. You didn't make it, you didn't do it, and Ryan, you fell short.
Well, if you look at the accomplishments of Robert Kraft, what more could you want? Like Greg says, you check the box. He didn't build the team from scratch, but I wasn't really paying attention back then. But the Patriots were going to move. From what I remember reading, the Patriots were a failing franchise in 1994 when Kraft bought the team, and he personally saved the team from relocation and built it into the most Super Bowl winning franchise of all time. Built Gillette Stadium without any public money. So, for what it's worth, what more boxes can you check? I understand that these journalists are a bunch of dorks and weren't good at sports for the majority. But what's the beef with Robert Kraft? Is it his, sometimes it was a happy ending?
Did
I'd
they
rather say.
see him? If they saw him in the Epstein files, I'm just saying. If they caught his behind with Epstein,
I don't think it was mentioned. Was Kraft mentioned in the
No,
Epstein?
no, no, but Nate, this is my view on that. If he was in the Epstein files, he damn sure not gonna get punished because nobody else is. So what's the
Oh,
problem?
okay.
Ain't that the truth?
I love it. I love it. Greg said if he wasn't the Epstein files,
He'll get a nice one-way ticket to Tel Aviv to hang out with Epstein. I don't know if you guys saw those photos that surfaced of an older Epstein surrounded by bodyguards. He looks almost homeless now,
Oh,
Oh
allegedly.
yeah, he has to be. Are you talking about when he accidentally left his cell and the cell door was open? We don't know where the body is, and he's sitting over there. He's sitting over there.
hey, we're going to take a quick break because we got to do it at the 11-minute, 12-minute mark. We're going to be right back. And we are going to talk about the Super Bowl. We're going to take a quick break. This is what's going on in the experience on Fox Sports 1280, our Heart Media. Hey, Ryan, we got to find out how did our logo get to the Super Bowl? We'll be right back. Hey, folks, we are back, and today's show is brought to you by GV23, the best wine on the planet. And Greg, tell us about that good wine you got.
Hey, well, you can go to GV23, and we'll go from the winery out here in Northern California all the way to your front doorstep. And the thing about this wine is, my oldest son Corey has type 1 diabetes, and that's why I got into the wine business because I wanted to try to find a cure and make it more affordable for the medicine. As you can see with the way our world is going now with healthcare and medicine, and
Mm-hmm.
people don't understand that how many types of different things you need for type 1 diabetes, from testing strips to syringes to insulin.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if how people aren't dying at a rapid pace because the way the healthcare system's set up, it's not set up for people to have success that really need it, right? So GV23 is a wine label that if when you buy wines, part of the proceeds go back to uh, type 1 diabetes, and we're out there grinding, trying to find a cure, to try to get rid of this evil disease. Since the our uh, big pharma doesn't want to, they just like taking our money. They don't like fixing problems. So
Okay.
we're just trying to do our part.
Well, that's
So
excellent, man. Speaking of doing our part, man, and Ryan, I sent you 3 interviews for the Super Bowl. Did you get them?
I need to load them up, but
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we'll bring them up
So
next segment.
so we got interviews from 3 folks. Like I said, thanks to our guys out there, George Ratney and Jalen McGill. Jalen sent us some interviews on Radio Row, and I think one is Kenny Walker the third from the Super Bowl. From the Seattle Supersonic. Seattle Seahawks. Sorry about that. And the other one is with Bazemore from the Patriots, and it's another one. So we'll get those up and let you hear what those guys are talking about. But
Yeah,
Joe, as you
we've
look
got
at, huh?
Christian Barmore, Kenneth Walker III, and Byron Murphy. So
And
some good
Byron Murphy,
interviews coming
yes.
your way,
So
folks.
so we'll put those up, and two are Seahawks and one is a Patriot. So Joe, what say you as you dissect this game coming up on Sunday, as you see it unfolding?
Oh, I don't think it's going to be a close game.
Okay, tell me how you really feel.
We'll see. I mean, I've been wrong before, but I think that Seattle's a far superior team. I think their defense. If you look at what happened to, was it Denver that didn't have their quarterback? I'm just saying, I'm not a big Boston person anyway, except for Bill Russell. But I think that the Patriots kind of backed their way into the Super Bowl. Personally, just my opinion, and I think
Okay.
and I think they're going to play. I'm looking at people like that safety that they've got, Emenwari, Nick Emenwari. I don't know if you've seen him. He's
Mhm.
all over the damn field. He actually reminds me of safeties in the past. But anyway, I just think between Milt Williams and that defense and the way it's designed, we'll see. I could be wrong.
Okay, so Joe, when you say they backed them in, I'm gonna sound like a attempt to sound like a sports journalist kind of guy. You can't help who you play, Greg. At the end of the day, you play who you play, and
Oh,
they put in front of you. So if you
that's
play the scrubs and they put them in front of you and you beat them, so now the true test, Greg, is for you to play a real team. Plus, I believe Drake May is hurt. They're not saying anything, and I don't think he's gonna be doing any of that low running that he does. And if he does, they're gonna put a hurting on him, Greg. So, what say you, athlete of the bunch?
Well, for me, I don't think they backed in. I think they have a great team. I think, you know, how do we even not justify, Gerard Mayo, his one and done chance, down there in Boston. They bring in Vrabel, you know what I mean? I think they're a good team. They're solid. They don't beat themselves, and they have a quarterback that does what he has to do for them to win. And he's more athletic than people think he is. And you go anytime you can go from a 3-win season to playing in a Super Bowl, that's pretty damn good. And that defense is solid. That defense is legit. But the thing about Seattle is that you come from it started with Bill Walsh, to Papa Shanahan, and then down to, all these other guys that fall off of that tree of that West Coast offense. Get the ball out of your hand. Sam Darnold, he proved he started his resurgence back in San Francisco. He gets it out of his hand, but they're big and they're physical and they run the ball. And they take their points when they take their points. And that's the thing about Vrabel too. The Patriots, they kick field goals when you're supposed to kick field goals. They won some games this year with the guy kicked 5 field goals. Other teams would have lost those games. You know what I mean? Because they don't take the points. So I think it's going to be a good game. I still think, like Joe said, I think Seattle is the superior team. 4.5. I don't know. I think you will see some unsung heroes. We always do.
Mhm.
Somebody will show up or that wasn't expected to show up, and I think it'd be pretty entertaining. For me, I'm going to stay on the Super Bowl the whole time. I'm not going to go over to the American Time half show. I'm going to stay with Bad Bunny and I'm going to rock it out all day long. That's what I'm going to do.
I got that Rosetta Stone ready too, Greg.
The last time I checked, Puerto Rico was the U.S., right? So,
Oh, no.
yeah,
But Trump is
so
president of Puerto Rico. In case you didn't know that, I just
no. He said no. Last week he said he was going to
He's
call
a
the president
dictator.
of Puerto Rico. So,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I don't want to hear a lick of English in the Super Bowl halftime show. I mean, not like he says much in English, right? I don't understand what they were
dude.
thinking when they bring Bad Bunny in. Why would they even complain about this now? Did anybody at the NFL listen to his music? It makes no sense. But guys, I do have to say this: I will never side with New England. I'm extremely biased against Boston, just like the Hall of Fame voters. But I mean, if there is going to be an upset, Greg's right. People forget about how good the Patriots were, and they did not back in there. They had an actual difficult run to get there. It was Seattle that was playing injured teams with lackluster run defense. The Patriots have a real shot to stop the Seattle run game. I believe they were 6th this year in run defense. So it's really up to Darnold. And, we've seen a great Sam Darnold over the past couple of years, but let us not forget, it took him a while to figure it out. Whereas on the other side of things, we've got Drake May figuring it out in his second year with an all-time turnaround team. He's protected. I don't know. He might be hurt, but I mean, I still got faith in Drake May. He was stellar all year, barely lost the most valuable player award to,
Go ahead, Joe. Joe, go
you
ahead,
know,
please. Joe, go ahead.
Did Denver not have their second string quarterback in that game?
Okay, so Denver had a second.
Come on.
I get it. Before Denver, and I know that they had an easy division, but all year the Patriots were dominant.
I didn't say they were a bad team. All I said was, and like Nate said, you can't blame them because the other team's number one quarterback got hurt. You can't fault them,
that's right.
but
That's right.
they
But
still
Joe,
played Denver with their second string quarterback. Is all I'm saying.
and the 49 and Seattle played the 49ers twice with John Lynch hurt, Kyle Shanahan hurt. Everybody was hurt. You know what I mean? So,
Okay.
hey, like I said, I'd rather be lucky than good. And that's coming from Uncle Ron, my coach in University of Miami. He said, hey, you can be good, but we need a little bit of luck also. And I think, the Patriots, and like you said, Joe, they're solid. I think it'll be a good game. I think, we've been blessed to have We had a good World Series. So now we can follow it up with a good, Super Bowl. That's the way sports are supposed to be. And, I like the parody. Sometimes I would love for the 49ers to be there, but, it's good when it moves around. You know what I mean? That's what keeps it exciting a little bit. It's, you know, the Patriots had that dynasty run. It's good to see free agency do what it does, and it's good to see teams that draft well and develop their players do well also. So hopefully it's a good game. I don't have any skin in the game. If I'm I live in Vegas, so I'm probably gonna put my money on the Seahawks. I might hedge it the other way to protect it a little bit, but 4.5 is a lot of
Two-way
points.
better you.
Look, you
Yeah,
might
for
have to this
sure.
time because once
You
again, and no one's talking
two-way
about
better you. You
For
need to
sure.
stop.
That's right.
left is a night.
That's right. That's right. That's
No,
right.
Darnold cracks under pressure, guys. Right in high leverage moments, Darnold usually cracks under pressure, and that's
Greg
usually a
said I'm gonna hedge my
2-2.
bet. It's funny.
That's right. That's right. Hey,
Hedge
you
that
see,
bet.
that's that New York stuff coming out. Darnold's so far past New York right now. Sam Darnold, you know what? And it's a good story on either end. But for Sam Darnold being the number 2 pick and going through what he's went through, I think, and anytime you can have your grandfather be the Marlboro Man, I think it's a pretty good story,
That's a
man. You know
very
what I
good
mean?
story.
I mean, great stories. Look at Vrabel. Look at what the Titans did to Vrabel.
They
And look
kicked him
at
to the
him now.
curb.
Yeah,
Look at him now.
Yeah.
I mean,
But both of these stories are about
on both
how
sides.
you like. These are how you like me now stories.
Cooper
This is what I
Cup.
call how you like me now.
The Rams kicked Cooper Cup. This is like one of the greatest wide receivers of his generation. The
Yeah.
Rams kicked him to the curb.
So
And
this
never
is
gonna be, and never
truly,
gonna be.
Ryan, a how you like me now Super Bowl. We're gonna take a quick
it is.
break.
And real quick, another accolade for Robert Kraft, the fact that he rebuilt this team so quickly after a year. You could say, oh, it's the GM, but look, he fires their head coach, Rod Mayo, brings in Vrabel. Like Joe said, he had just been terribly mistreated, a legend of the franchise. So, I mean, I'm sorry. It looks like it's another happy ending for Robert Kraft.
Hey, Ryan, what you said, it's the GM, but once again, the difference between successful teams and bad teams, the owner stays out the way. He hires people to do what they're supposed to do, and he stays out the way.
Absolutely.
Unlike the
And
Cowboys,
that
you know
is
what I mean?
why
And I
the
love saying
Dallas
unlike the Cowboys
Cowboys
because I
will
can't
always
stand them.
That's
have
good ownership.
their
You're right.
scenario.
Yeah. So, hey, good ownerships. They hire who they hire. They put good people around them, and then they get out of the way.
Hey, we're gonna
They
take a
get
quick
out of the
break
way.
and we're gonna get out of the way. And when we come back, we're gonna make our predictions. Obviously, I thought some people said it in there, but
I'll fill in for you, Nate. Don't worry. We may have lost Nate. We've had a few technical delays behind the scenes today, but it's time to go to a break. You're listening to Fox Sports 1280 Rochester. Nate Brown Jr., Joe Hill. It seems as though he's live, but I think he's still frozen. Greg
You know what?
Vaughn,
It's like that weather. It's like that weather in New York, right?
he froze in his tracks, literally. We'll be back soon. Don't go nowhere.
I see him moving, man. He's alive.
There we go. All right. Oh, we got some activity. We got some canine activity in the background.
Oh yeah, you got the kennel going on out here. It's sunny and nice outside. They feeling good this morning.
That's great. Okay. All right. So,
That'd be a good
more
title
Super
of a
Bowl.
movie. A Dog in Vegas.
Oh yeah,
What?
yeah.
Everyone in Vegas is a dog. That's what I was thinking. I'm a dog when I go there.
You know,
All right.
you ain't right, man.
Oh yeah, I've got it.
This is a
I'm in the
family
throes
show,
of it,
dude.
man.
Come on, clean it.
I'm in the damn throes of it. All right. So we are back in 5, 4, 3, 2.
hey, Ryan, do me a favor. We're back. Fox Sports 1280 iHeartMedia. You need to get those interviews up for us, okay? So somewhere
Oh, we
along the
got it.
line, huh?
We got it, man. We got these interviews here.
You
We're rocking and
you
rolling.
got them? Can we play
Oh
them?
yeah. Yeah. So who are we going to start with here? We got Kenneth Walker III. Why don't we get into the Seattle Seahawks and
Well,
that run game?
well. Right now, the run game is awesome, as you know, Joe and Greg. But for me, man, I like that defense and the fact that the Dallas Cowboys, who'd they trade to Seattle? Who's the defensive end they traded? Lawrence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Marcus.
That's like the dumbest trade. What is wrong with Dallas, Ryan?
It's not the dumbest one. They made another one, and Michael Parsons in that one. So.
Yes, Ryan. What is wrong with Dallas?
Well, I think Greg said it right before the break. It might have something to do with the owner being too hands-on. Seems like it's the owner's personality defects, which sometimes can be a good thing, but they're trickling down to the GM and right through the roster. I mean, what a horrible trade. Although Micah Parsons did get hurt, you can't predict that. I'd say that.
No,
right?
but I tell you what, we might be talking about Green Bay if he didn't get hurt.
That's
you know,
true.
that's just one of those freak things, because he is Lawrence Taylor 25, 40 years later. You know what I mean? 25, 30 years later, he is that great LT. And Jerry Jones is the GM, so that's on him. His son, Steven, is assistant GM and vice president. It's on him. So, but this is a good weekend. We shouldn't even give Dallas no flowers. We shouldn't even be talking about Dallas right now.
Yeah, but the fact that they traded that incredible that guy to Seattle, I think that kind of put them over the top in that middle, Ryan. That's what I'm simply saying, man. That front four is stellar, and you're right.
Williams also.
What about your boy from the Jets that went over there, Williams?
Exactly, Leonard Williams.
So, yeah,
Leonard Williams. I mean, I don't get it, but I'm, like I said, these guys are, making trades. It's just like the NBA, which it's not their weekend. These guys trade away key pieces. When they can make a run, for draft picks. It's a new way of thinking. Hey, you know what we do have to do though? We do have to say congratulations to Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, Adam Vinatieri, and my guy Roger Craig. On making the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we do have to give those guys their flowers on Super Bowl weekend.
Way overdue.
Well, the thing I remember about Roger Craig is he was a high stepper. Here comes a high stepper, murderer. I'm the lyrical. He was a high stepping, running back. Ryan, if you ever seen a brother that was a high stepper
and could catch passes
and could catch coming out of the backfield, Craig was nasty.
That's CMK. That's Christian McCaffrey. 25 years later, he's doing the same thing that Roger Craig was doing. 1,000 yards receiving, 1,000 yards rushing. And he was doing it way before anybody else was doing it. And, good friend of mine, Mark, you know what Marcus Allen said? All these teams that set out with 5 wide receivers, all these teams that throw the ball 55 times a game aren't in the Super Bowl. Look at the teams that are in the Super Bowl.
They can run.
They run and they play defense. You have to be able to run time off the clock, and you have to be able to get first downs. So, for me, it's a Super Bowl made in heaven because this is the type of football I like to watch. Yeah. Dropping back and, 3rd, 4th and 1 and throwing the ball all over the goddamn place. And 3rd and 1. It's like the NBA. Yeah. I got a man underneath the basket on the fast break, but I'm going to pull up for 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And I watch a lot of high school ball because of the grandkids, and you see these kids doing the same thing. They're imitating the NBA. They will fire up a 3 in a heartbeat, man, and don't let them hit it. Then they show off running down court.
Like I said, it's a new era. The same thing in baseball.
So let's
when upper management says RBIs don't matter. How do you win games?
Well, that's the analytics, of it all. But let's switch right quick to New England, and we talked about their chances, right? Despite the fact that Drake May be hurt, they really do have a good defensive front as well. So running the ball, okay, Joe, is going to be very, very crucial. And I think the team that can run the ball the best, and I'm gonna lean towards Seattle. I think Greg will do the thing. So, Ryan, do you have Kenneth Walker III up there?
We do.
Let's see what he says.
Our own Jalen going and speaking to Kenneth Walker III after last game. Let's hear what he's got to say.
Likewise. How you doing? I'm here with Kenny Walker. Yo, man, obviously, big year for you, big year for the Seahawks. What's your mindset going into this game on Sunday?
Really just do what we've been doing, Stand focused on what matters. Really just wanted to this week having be detailed in the run game, pass game, just everything.
Absolutely. What role has Clint Kubiak played, in this offense and, being over here, his creativity? What can you say about your offensive coordinator?
Yeah, he's a great offensive coordinator. You know, he gets the ball in playmakers' hands. You know, and he's a great guy.
And player, ain't nothing wrong with that. And you know, obviously this is a big off season as well. Your mindset is on Sunday. What would it mean just to, especially ahead of free agency, to win the Super Bowl, you know, and go out, you know, just a champion?
Yeah, minus the free agency and everything after, it just means a lot to win the Super Bowl with my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Work hard since the beginning of the year, and you know we continue to work hard.
Amen to that. And last but not least, what role has your faith played for you thus far in your career? You know, what role has that done for you thus far?
A big role, bro. Because without God, I know it wouldn't be possible to make it this far in anything. You know what I'm saying? So
I appreciate you, man, and good luck. Thank you, sir.
Hey man, there you have it, man. That's a great interview, Jalen. Thank you so much for that, George. You guys out in the Super Bowl covering there. I appreciate you. Real Deal Sports Show, 105 The Beat. I guess you could say that's our sister station. Yeah. Yep, you could say that. Anyway, who else we got from Seattle? Because you had somebody else teed up too, Ryan.
Yeah, we've got Barmore teed up from the Patriots defense and Byron Murphy. Actually, we have a Byron Murphy interview as well from the Seahawks. But real quick, as I load this up, just to put things in perspective, and this is what I love about the NFL this year, and what's been fun about the NBA, is you haven't been able to predict who's going to be or, you know, win the Super Bowl. We came off a Chiefs dynasty where it felt like the refs even were on their side, and it felt like it was going to be a Chiefs championship for the past few years. The Eagles, we saw how great they were when they got Saquon. But if you look, the power rankings and all the journalists predicted New England and Seattle to miss the playoffs entirely this year. And that's even with the addition of Sam Darnold. They were ranked like 22 or something in the power rankings back in week 1, the Seattle Seahawks. And now here they are with a team that people are saying is built better than anyone else right now and is built to win the Super Bowl. So it goes to show, A, how much the journalists really know, and B, how far they've all really come. So just really cool. But yes, here is our interview with Seattle Seahawks Byron Murphy live from the Real Deal Sports Show.
How you doing, Byron? What does it mean, you know, these last 2 years? What does that mean to you being a Seattle Seahawk and now, you know, just being so impactful in these last 2, man?
It means a lot, man, because, you know, growing up, I was a Seahawks fan, so I watched Seattle go to the Super Bowl, you know, back in the day. And to be in this moment as a Seahawk in the Super Bowl again is like a full circle again, so I'm blessed.
Absolutely, man. Blessed and highly favored. You talk about being blessed. What role has your faith played for you thus far in your career? What role has your faith played?
It played a lot, man. You know, I keep God first in everything I do, bro. Put God first in, you know, whatever you do. You know, that's how I was raised. You know, and you know, I'm always, you know, I always taught, you know, anything, you know, anytime you're going through hard times, man. You need to lean on somebody, man. Lean on God, man. He gonna answer everything. He gonna set everything for you.
Absolutely. You know, obviously in these last 2 years been impactful. Last year y'all didn't make the playoffs. Still had a heck of a season, 10-win season. Now, what is your coach Mike McDonald, you know, instilled in this team to get you guys not just in the playoffs but to your Super Bowl?
Man, just working, man. Just working every day, and you know, being us. You know, building our own culture and everything. We really put time in that into the off season, into OTAs. And everybody just bought into the program. And like, when you get a team full of guys to buy into the program, you know, a team who loves their head coach, man, willing to do anything for them, you know, good things gonna turn out.
And another guy, you know, we're upstate New York market, so we cover the Buffalo Bills. Yeah. Leslie Frazier, you know, what has Coach Leslie Frazier meant to you in this season?
He's meant a lot, man. You know, Len's been around for a long time as a player and a coach, man. So to have him, you know, with us and on the defensive side, man, it means a lot. Like, he's helped me a lot with my game, like being he's a great mentor. Like he knows ball. You know, I'm learning from him every day.
Absolutely, man. Thank you, man, and good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate.
Hey man, that was a great interview. First of all, NFL be hating. As much as you love the NFL, how you do not give Leslie Frazier another shot? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they be hating. So yeah, all the NFL, but they be hating, man.
And 85 Bears.
And that's what I'm saying. We're gonna have an 85 Bear on in our second show later on. But yeah, man, they be hating on that brother. But Greg, what he said about loving your coach, because you're a player, you were a player. How does that bone when you love the coach, the guy you playing for?
You know, I think it means all the thing, you know, all the difference in the world. I think when you're in that locker room, and you know that guy has your back, he's in there with you, and you know you didn't hear about any stories of anybody getting thrown under the bus and bad stories, it be getting played out through the media. I mean, that means the world to you. When you know a guy has your back, man, and I played for some good ones, I got, Bruce Bochy is, probably, I have to say one of the guys I played with. Phil Garner was another one that I played for that had your back. It makes a difference, man. It's big, right? When you can go ahead and Nate, you want me to, you got me on a shot clock. I think it makes all the difference in the world when your guy has your back, and you go out there and put your your hard day's work for a hard day's pay on the line.
And we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna get the New England Patriot interview up, and then we're gonna make our predictions, and we're gonna finish with a little bit of NBA because the Knicks got swamped last night. And just a shout out to Sanford and Son. Demont Wilson passed away, man. His first name was Grady. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. We'll be right back. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, folks, welcome to our final edition of What's Going on the Experience here on Fox Sports and iHeart Media with the guys in the building, Greg Vaughn, my man Ryan V, and of course, Joseph Hill out in Minnesota. And we were chopping it up about our Super Bowl predictions, and we're going to play our final interview with the New England Patriot. And who we got, Ryan?
So for our final interview of the day, we've got Christian Barmore from the New England Patriots. And here's what he had to say just the other day.
Here with Patriots defensive tackle Christian Barmore. Christian, obviously it's your first Super Bowl, man. Tell me, how are you feeling knowing that, you got to the game, such a prestigious franchise, and you're a part of that history?
It's amazing, all glory to God.
Absolutely. Talk about God. What role does your faith play in preparing you for the big game?
I just can't wait to play football, We're here for business. We came here to dominate. That's all.
Man, I'm feeling like y'all. Listen, I feel that y'all been the underdog, and I feel like y'all feeling that. You ready to play, man. What can Seattle expect from you on Sunday?
They will see when we get there.
Woo, my brother. Good luck. Appreciate you, boss.
You know what? As an athlete, I'm gonna go to you, Greg. He
You
wasn't.
can tell who he plays for.
He wasn't
You can tell
having
who he plays
much conversation, Greg. Am I right or wrong?
Well, I
You know
love
what?
the
I
last
think
thing he said.
I think it's a reflection of his coach. That's who they are. And it went from Belichick to Vrabel, and Vrabel to his players. It's not like it's going to be on.
Okay, Joe.
No, I love. We'll see when we get there. That says it all.
So that sums it up for you guys. When my man said, "We will see when we get there." All right. Well, you're going to be there very soon in a few hours. That game's going to kick off. So I'm going to go around with the predictions. I'm going to start with you, Ryan. What's your prediction
Oh,
for the Super
man.
Bowl?
Oh, it hurts me to say. I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to say my prediction. But if I'm being honest, I'm going to do it. For the first time, I'm going to go with the Boston team. And I'm going to say that the Patriots are going to, and I'm not rooting for the Patriots, but I think it's going to be a tremendous upset. Hedge that bet, Mr. Vaughn, because it's coming. I'm thinking that New England's going to score 21, and the Seattle Seahawks are going to crack under pressure and score maybe 17. It's 21-17.
Okay, 21-17. What say you, Joseph, out in Minnesota, where it's cold as all giddy up?
Well, unlike my brother, Mr. Ryan, I am not a Sam Darnold hater. I believe he's going to hold up. Not only that, but a guy that we have not mentioned at all, Jackson and Digbo.
Jackson Enigma but Big Butt. Enigma but Big Butt. That's how I call Jackson Enigma but Big Butt.
The guy with the three names who's Offensive Player of the Year is just phenomenal. And I don't think the Patriots got anything to stop it.
Okay. All right. Mr. Hedger Bets over here. What are you going to do, Mr. Hedger Bets? I need to hear from you. Don't hedge no bets now. Come on.
Hey, you got to be smart. So I got to have a little on both ends. You know what I mean, to balance it out. So I got to protect my bet on one side, but I think Seattle will go, and I think Cooper Kupp will play a big part. The other thing we're forgetting about in this in this Super Bowl we haven't talked about is the third aspect is special teams.
Yes.
Both of them have great special teams. But you know what I mean? They both do. Shaheed, that came over from New Orleans, has made a big difference. And like I said, it should be a good game, man. I don't have any skin in it. It should be fun. And like I said, I'm just glad that parity is winning this year at the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Except, you could say parity, but, New England is there again. But it's still, I think it's good for football. They struggled a little bit, and, they deserve to be there.
Okay, so my prediction is you said something that I think is key. Special teams. I think special teams are going to win this game. That's what I think. I think it's going to be a couple of special team plays. And like you also said, Greg, there's going to be somebody that's going to show up that you don't even know who it is. Okay. Also, and I think with that being said, I think Seattle's going to get it. And, I think it's going to be a good game. And I believe that at the end of the situation, Sam Darnold could very well, him or Jackson Enigma could very well be the MVP. And wouldn't that be, so cool? Because your man Matt Stafford just won the MVP. Correct, Ryan? That's your boy.
That's correct.
So your boy Matt Stafford won the MVP. And like Greg said, anybody could go from, 3-11. Hopefully the Giants could do it, to being in the Super Bowl, because they do have a pretty decent head coach and they put together a good team. So you never know. You can go from scrub to being okay, and hollering out, your best friend's car. Okay, so no scrubs. Yes, Joe.
Real quick, guys, before we end the show, since we are talking football, and since I'm the oldest person in the room, there's a guy that passed away this week. In the old era of football, players didn't work out in the summer. They smoked cigarettes in the locker room. They drank the night before the game and the day after the game. And nobody exemplified that more than Sonny Jurgensen, who just
Yes.
passed away. Great quarterback for the Washington Redskins and the Philadelphia Eagles. I know y'all don't remember him. I do remember.
Oh, dude, he had the body of somebody in the bar.
Yeah.
He had the body. Listen. Go, please. If we're gonna be on Facebook, Google Sonny Jurgensen and put this on as a clip. He had the body of somebody who just came and got drunk the night before. They pulled him out of the bar and said, "Yo, man, we need a quarterback. Put some water in your face."
I'm looking at
Greg,
Google Images.
he literally put water on his face
That was him.
and went out and won games. It was the greatest thing I've ever seen.
And smoked cigarettes at halftime in the locker room.
He's going in the locker room with a Marlboro in his hand, Greg. He got a Marlboro, and he's going in the locker room. I'm like, and you're a little boy watching this going.
Well, he was in a different era, though.
He was incredible. Speaking of it in a different era, yo, man, Detroit basketball. Detroit basketball. Now I know the Knicks didn't have Cat and OG, but they got their asses beat by 38. Ryan, 38 points. The Pistons are not playing. Number one. Number two, I'm a Knicks fan, but I would not be surprised at all, if Detroit came out of the East. And I don't think the Thunder's coming out of the West. For some reason, I get a different vibe, but it's early.
Well, it's
okay.
And the Thunder's hurt.
Yeah, and I would say that the Spurs seem to be their Achilles heel.
Yes.
So it's going to be tough for them to beat the Spurs. But, you're right. I mean, that was a statement win by the Detroit Pistons.
What?
The Knicks are on an 8-game win streak. Nate's finally not crying himself to sleep for the first 2 weeks of the year. We don't have anything to make fun of Nate for it. And now, sure enough, the Pistons come through and trounce the New York Knicks. Well, like you said, was it 38 points?
38 players.
And the fact that the Knicks didn't make the moves at the deadline, that they kind of shifted around the mentality. If you're Cat, you're kind of a sensitive guy. At least that's what it seems. Maybe I'm not in his head, but he kind of always took me as a sensitive guy. Why would you swirl these trade rumors publicly and then not trade the guy? I'm sorry. I think it was a blunder by the Knicks front office. And that was a huge, stubbing of the toe, if you will, coming off an 8-game win streak, kind of validating the fact that they didn't move Cat. They play an actual team that's tough and that has their number, and they get completely annihilated.
But remember, they didn't have Cat or didn't have OG, Greg. So you didn't have your best ball players, and you ain't beating nobody, without those, especially OG. I'm keeping the buck in the lineup. So yeah, they got trounced and they got waxed, Greg.
So we do have something to tease Nate about. You won 8 in a row. You down 2 of your best players, and you lose by 38. Instead of saying it's a bump in the road, as like being a former athlete, you can win 10 in a row, and you get beat by 20. You don't panic. It's just one of those games, and you lace them up, and you be ready to go. But if you're a New York fan, or if you're Nate Brown Jr., you got to have something to bitch at.
There's
You know what
no
I mean?
room
It's
for
snowing
error,
outside. It's cold. It's
Greggy.
cold.
There's no room for error, Joseph.
Shame, shame, shame.
No room for error, man. Come on, man. This is our time right now, and if you don't capitalize on it, hey. But you're right. Guys get hurt.
It's your time.
But I'm
What
saying
are you talking about?
the Knicks. It's the Knicks'
Oh,
time, man.
I don't know. I don't know about it anymore. I
the
think if I
hell?
were the Knicks, I would have traded every first-round pick in sight to make sure I got Antetokounmpo and got rid of Karl-Anthony Towns. But what do I know? I'm just one of these idiot journalists,
Well,
fake journalists, not even a
I'm
real one.
not happy that the Timberwolves didn't get him either.
Hey, man, we
Yeah.
got to get out of here. Hey, check us out on After the Dance. This is what's going on. So we continue on After the Dance on our YouTube channel, and that's all things raw. But this is what's going on here. The Experience on Fox Sports 1280. Greg, take us out of here, man. Give us some goodwill.
Hey, everybody, just love on one another, man. It doesn't cost anything to be nice to somebody, and let's get our place back, man. Let's take our world back and get it back to a better place. I mean, we're the most powerful country in the world. Let's act like it. Let's act like it. Let's be humble. You know what I mean? My grandmother, rest in peace, used to say, just go out there and be the best version of you and be humble. You know what I mean? And I remember I said that to a kid. I said, stay humble. And he said, man, how can I stay humble when I'm hitting 190? I said, see, you're missing the message. You know what I mean? Humble has nothing to do with anything else. You know what I mean? It's just, if you're a real Christian, treat thy neighbor better than I treat thyself.
Here you go.
That's
Is
all
it
you
safe
need.
to say we're the Michael Jordan of countries? That we're the best and we just make up problems with other countries in our head so that
Well,
we can beat them over and over
that's a
again?
discussion for what's going on, the after party. Until next time, Joe, thank you so much for being here, bro.
Thanks for
Okay?
having
Thanks, fellas.
All right, Ryan. Till next time. Peace. God bless.
Adios,
See you.
folks.